welcome back to my Project 13. Thanks for coming on by and checking out this video. Appreciate your time, your support. It's good to have you all here in this car vlog video. Got the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold at 1080p 60. I will be switching it up to the front-facing camera. I'm going to have to go to the bank, and then I'm going to have to run a couple other chores, so I will be pulling over at some point in time and finishing out the video utilizing the front-facing camera at 1080p 60 frames per second. I wanted to share my thoughts on the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold. I've had it for a little while, but I wanted to share the experience in comparison to the OnePlus Open. The OnePlus Open still at this point being my #1 foldable, even over the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold, which is the latest and greatest from Google. I got to commend them for innovation, for taking the chance and changing up from what the original, the OG Google Pixel Fold was and is in comparison to the OnePlus Open. Obviously, the second gen Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold that much better in design, the user experience, but overall the design, the whole new look, a little bit taller and not as wide. Basically, they took a page from OnePlus. It didn't matter that Google decided to take a design choice from OnePlus and somewhat copy that, but yet put their own touch on it as well, as far as how the camera island is set up, the overall look of the cover display and the inner display. There obviously are a little bit of differences, but overall you got that same form factor as far as, again, the height and the width. Samsung, well, they didn't want to innovate. They wanted to add a little bit of this and that is the AI, this is whatever you can find that's really different from the Z Fold 5. I was really disappointed. I sent my Z Fold 6 back. It wasn't enough, folks. It wasn't enough. It was like the Z Fold 5 with a little bit of extra. We'll just call it the plus, the Z Fold 5 Plus, in my opinion. Still, the cover display too thin for me in my hand that I use to navigate through the cover display. I honestly don't know how a lot of you with bigger hands can use that device, but kudos to you, man. But I wasn't going to keep a device that was going to basically give me the same experience that I got with the Z Fold 5. So with that being said, Samsung next year in 2025 needs to become a little more innovative. It doesn't matter if they want to use the same form factor and design that OnePlus used with the OnePlus Open and Google decided to somewhat go with as well. Again, there are differences when you look at the circular camera on the back of the OnePlus Open in comparison to the island on the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold. Each of these companies have to have that little bit of a different look in design, but basically when you're looking at the height and the width, it's basically the same. Samsung should not be afraid to copy that. Nobody's going to see that as a negative. Putting out the same look every year, if you went from the Z Fold 5 to the Z Fold 6 and said that was a major upgrade, wow. Again, to each their own. But it wasn't a major upgrade. I review enough smartphones to know, yes, it's a solid device. It really, really is. But if you want an upgrade, you come from the Z Fold 3 or 4. And that's where it's, even the 4, man, you're still kind of, but okay, well, you're coming from that. It's a great upgrade. It's not a major upgrade. It's a great upgrade. Where from the Z Fold 5 to the 6, no. All right, I'm done talking about that. With the OnePlus Open, there's 4 areas that supersede the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold that still make it number 1 in my opinion. The first one is in design. The circular camera on the back of the OnePlus Open, at the top, in the middle, it's symmetrical. I personally love that. Is the camera island on the 9 Pro Fold not worthy because it's not symmetrical on them? No, it's a good looking device. I love it. I love the camera island. I just wish that the design would have been a little more symmetrical on the back. The OnePlus Open, when looking at both of them, you can just see that the OnePlus Open just has that better look. Okay? Are looks everything? No. But to the buyer who's spending a lot of money, that not just wants all those other goodies, whether that's performance, functionality, battery life, quick charging, camera's got to be great, displays, all of that, you're still looking at the design of what you're going to possibly purchase. And we already know that these devices are solid devices, well, at least in my opinion. But when it comes to the look, the OnePlus Open does it just that much better. The ability to use 3 apps when multitasking. Whether you use it or not, having the ability to utilize 3 apps is a thumbs up. You can't do that with the Pixel 9 Pro Fold or the OG. The customizations that come with Oxygen OS to personalize your experience. That's number 3. I love stock Android, but you basically got stock Android. Oxygen OS is not heavy. It's very light over the top of stock Android. And with what I can do to change up my experience, it's a huge thumbs up. And charging. The OnePlus Open charges a lot faster. Now, these areas are more of a preference for me. It's not necessarily negatives or positives. But when I have to take the two and make a decision on which one is that much better, even if it's by a little bit, the OnePlus Open still is that device. And that's without even getting a new OnePlus Open Foldable in 2025, which would have been what? The OnePlus Open 2nd Gen? I don't know what they'll call that device once they do decide to put one out. They being OnePlus. I know that a lot of you folks didn't like the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold name. Should have been what? Google Pixel Fold 2nd Gen, I guess. But as far as the user experience, performance, functionality, the cameras, all, well, if I had to add a 5th, I will say that when taking pictures at night with the OnePlus Open and my OnePlus 12, the pictures at night just get enough light to give you the ability to see what you're taking a picture of in the environment that you're in. And that right there, folks, is great. It's not doing too much. It's not over processing the images. Pixel 9 Pro Fold are great when taking night shots. But there's just a little too much light. And now, that might be great for some of you. I personally like to see my images turn out to be as close as possible to, again, the environment that I'm in, whether it's during the day or in the nighttime. So I would say 5 when it comes to the cameras, that they're more on the realistic side. So, and again, these areas are just, these are not big wins for the OnePlus Open, but just enough to keep it number 1 for me, in my opinion. But again, performance, functionality, displays, beautiful speakers, great on either one of these devices as far as the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold and the OnePlus Open. But I love what Google has done from the 1st gen to the 2nd gen. They are definitely in line with continuing to up their game, which is going to be interesting to see what we end up getting with the Google Pixel 10 Pro Fold. At this point in the game, I'm still going to go with my OnePlus Open, even though the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold is right there. I mean, it is right there. And it is an amazing device, using it right now. And I got to tell you, it's amazing. It's amazing. But I like the steps that Google's taken. OnePlus, I'm sure they're going to take it up another notch. I can't see why they wouldn't. So we'll have to wait till next year. And we'll see what Samsung does. We'll see what Samsung does. All right. I think that's it. If there's any questions, anything you want to add to this video, I would definitely dig that down below in the comment section. I'll be back with something. Anyway, have a blessed day. God bless you all. Yeah, until my next video, this is my Project 13. Peace. I'm out.